Okay, it's 6:55. I'd like to open up a public hearing for adoption of the 2016 and 17 FMCC operating budget. If there's anyone from the public choosing to speak, if they would say their name and address for the record. Anybody wishing to speak on it? I call the public hearing closed.
Each year you could left it open a minute.
When I was chair, it went.
There's somebody running down the path.
Yeah. Bob will speak on it, right?
You can't see it.
Roy, I didn't know Andy was going to be here tonight. So,
Andy? Yeah.
did you get my text
No.
about the confirmations?
Well, text me.
Oh, yeah, got it.
Yeah, he text. I'll send it to you right now.
Looking over it for a couple minutes, yeah. Very good.
He didn't. Send us a bad time. He's there. We're good there.
$2,000 plan for everyone employees. That's what the New York State Council for Economic Development. We received it.
Oh, okay.
It's in the procurement record. It's in the procurement record, which is in that agenda.
But she probably didn't see it.
No, not yet.
You want to give her a copy?
This says contract. These are the copies. This is what I did. Is there anybody which is wonderful. I just wonder if the information is there.
We have 5 minutes before the
$50,000
No.
in kind services, like 2-3 months.
Do you know what the contract is? It doesn't give us any
That's
information.
the one for the site plan.
Okay.
I know we're using it.
Not a problem.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, not a problem.
Nice and smooth.
By the way,
Would it be a problem for public health? That's
I
clear.
know we're using it right now.
But, well, let's make sure.
Because Ann, which one? Ann,
It's in the procurement record.
and she's the director.
I just have to say that. So, I mean, I think it is an awesome event.
She thought it wasn't corrected yet. I don't know.
Is it necessary to have information? If it's not, could we, well, no, we could, yeah,
Wow. call the regular meeting to order on July 26, 2016. Have roll call, please.
Chairman Beniak.
Here.
Legislator Duchessis.
Here.
Legislator Wheeler. Here. Legislator Isabel.
Here.
Legislator Patel.
Here.
Legislator Kelly.
Present.
Legislator Quackenbush.
Present.
Legislator Diamond.
Here.
Legislator Whites.
Okay, could we stand to salute the flag, and would Legislator Patel lead us in the pledge, please?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please remain standing for a moment of silence. Thank you. Public comment. Anyone from the public wishing to speak? Hearing none, I'll move on. Communications, Cheryl?
Okay, you all have a copy of the legislative summary report for this past year's legislation session. That's the right word. Also, you have the flyers regarding the NISAC conference. If anyone wishes to go to that by Monday of next week, I really need to know so that I can get the reservations in. And just for the public to know as well, for the month of June, our vehicle use tax that was collected was $32,945.
Okay, thank you. We have no minutes to approve, so I'll move on. The acceptance of budgetary transfers. Could I have a motion and a second?
Motion.
Tom, Barbara? Any discussion? I'll call the vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Against? Abstain. Okay. And do I have to do the aggregate?
That we didn't together.
Oh, okay. Okay. Next is the procurement record. Could I have a motion and a second?
Sponsor.
Second.
Tom, Barbara? Any discussion? I'll call the vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Against? Abstain. Old business? Hearing none, I'll move on to new business, which is resolutions. I need to add two resolutions, 150 and 151. And I need to suspend the rules, but I will read them to you.
Chair,
Yes,
I also have a resolution which would be 152.
okay. I will ask you to read that, please. One time. Well, just the resolution.
It's a resolution to authorize the purchase of a monument in the New Florida Veterans Park. We'll discuss it at that time, I guess.
So we should do 150 and 151.
These don't have numbers, is it? Does it matter?
I think we still. Yeah,
Okay. So 150 is the resolution authorizing the county executive to enter into a agreement with the Montgomery County Agricultural Society. Sorry.
That's also.
Promoting youth days at the 175th Montgomery County Fonda Fair. And resolution 151 is just had it, I don't know what I did with it. Okay. Resolution awarding the installation of the HDPE stormwater culvert pipe contract and authorizing the county executive to enter into a contract. So can I have a motion and a second to suspend the rules?
Motion.
Tom, Barbara? All in favor?
Aye.
Against? Abstain? Okay. You got that? Okay.
One minute to add those resolutions.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, those of you using your tablet, you just have to hit refresh and the resolutions will be on. Okay.
Okay. Really?
Natives get arrested.
Nice touch.
Resolution 135, resolution adopting the 2016 and 2017 FMCC operating budget. Sponsors were Quackenbush and Whites. I'll move it to the floor for discussion. First Tom, then Roy.
I just, go ahead, Roy.
No, you said
Go ahead, go ahead. Go ahead.
H before the B.
Go ahead.
Thank you, Chair. I just want to say I wholeheartedly support this. It's more than just an education for young folks. For me, I feel that it's a mechanism to where kids in this county can get an education, prepare for a job for the future in the county, whether it's an existing job or whether it's jobs that we have coming in. And I'd just like to comment on the evolution of the college from when I went there to when my daughter went there in 2013 to where it is today. And I'd like to thank Dr. Swanger for that evolution to where it is today. I went by today, I saw the construction going on, and it's just not only education facility, it's just a big part of our economic development program. Thank you.
Thank you, Roy.
Ditto what Legislator Diamond just said, and again, I think that the trustees, along with the president, have presented us with a financially, trying to think of the word here, you stayed within your means for a lot of years now, and we appreciate that at this county also. Everything that Roy said, I second.
Okay. Barbara?
I have to join my colleagues. It's the one thing in this county that I have grown from. Before I started into this line, I give some credit to being such an exemplary example. You taught me education and so much more. My mother, after her bachelor's, went back and got her nursing degree from FM when I was a young child. And my niece went there, many members of my family, to classes. So you are a jewel in the crown of Montgomery County and Fulton. So you teach us a lot, and I thank you very much for that.
Full board?
Full board.
Very good. Thank you. Resolution 136, resolution authorizing the county executive to sign a contract with James McGinnis and Associates Incorporated and amending the 2016 operating budget. Sponsors were Wheeler and Diamond. I'll move it to the floor for discussion. Hearing none, I'll call the vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Against? Abstain.
Pass.
Okay. Moving on, Resolution 137, resolution amending the 2016 operating budget, reestablishing the title of nurse coordinator. The sponsors were Diamond and Wheeler. Move it to the floor for discussion. Hearing none, I'll call the vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Against? Abstain?
Pass.
Okay. Resolution 138, resolution amending the 2016 operating budget, reestablishing the title of Assistant Public Health Director. Sponsors were Whites and Diamond. Move it to the floor for discussion.
Here. This is the one that needs the transfer to and the transfer from have to switch.
Oh, okay.
I'll make a motion to switch those.
Okay.
I'll second the amendment.
Okay, second. So we'll vote on the amendment first. All in favor?
Aye.
Against? Abstain? We'll vote on the resolution now with the amendment. All in favor?
Aye.
Against? Abstain?
Pass.
Resolution 139, resolution authorizing county executive to sign a agreement, 2016 resource allocation plan, amending the 2016 operating budget. Sponsors were Diamond and Quackenbush. I move it to the floor for discussion. Hearing none, I'll call the vote. All in favor, sorry.
Aye.
Against? Abstain?
Pass.
Resolution 140, resolution to accept the enhanced funds grant and amend the 2016 budget. Sponsors were Kelly and Wheeler. I'll move it to the floor for discussion. Hearing none, I'll call the vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Against? Abstain?
Pass.
Resolution 141, resolution amending the agreement with the historical research consultant. Sponsors were Whites and Wheeler. Move it to the floor for discussion. Hearing none, I'll call the vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Against? Abstain?
Pass.
Resolution 142, resolution amending the 2016 operating budget, overtime pay. Sponsors were Diamond and Isabel. I'll move it to the floor for discussion. And per the wishes of the legislature, both the sheriff and the jail administrator is here if you wish to ask them questions.
I have no questions, but for transparency purposes, I'm going to abstain from this as it pertains to indirectly corrections officers and Teamsters Local 294 that I work for represents those corrections officers. I know probably there's no conflict, but just to be transparent, I'm going to abstain from this.
Martin?
Do we foresee this getting us through the year, the 2016 year?
I don't think it will.
Yeah. Do you have an idea of how much more it will take?
Not at this time. What we normally do is towards the end of the year, we make as many transfers inside the budget we can to, make up the money. And then I'll come back to the board. I have no idea.
How far will this get us through? Now, is this to fill what we've already?
When you move this money.
Like second question.
Let's see. Well, if things don't get any worse, probably for at least 2 or 3 more months.
Barbara?
I hesitantly ask this because I think I know, I just have to hear it from you. Why do we need to do this, Sheriff?
Pretty damn simple. We've had a lot of people retire. We've had a lot of people that got in trouble in the sheriff's office that no longer work there. We have no list to hire people from. We just got a list, and I think pretty much completed already. applications we got were no good. People, we decided we did not want to hire those people. We had 2 inmates that were in Albany Med for over 2 weeks. Albany Med requires 2 correctional officers there 24/7 for 2 weeks, each inmate. So it just depleted us.
I didn't know all
And we
this.
had financial meetings once in a while, the sheriff's office, maybe public works, you would know this stuff was going on. We have no meetings with you at all. So, and you're more than welcome to come up to the sheriff's office to find out what's going on. It's only been 2 or 3 years that really come up there and know what's going on.
I just want to, that's why we did need you to come, so I thank you very much. I need it. Thank you.
Sheriff, Legislator White isn't here, and he asked to have a question asked. His question is, do you have a plan on keeping these, the corrections officers, keeping the positions filled? You know, how are you going to correct this?
We do the best we can because we have to do civil service. We have to wait for lists to come out. When they come out, they take it so long to come out. And then when we don't have a list, we have to go by applications only for probationary employment until they take a test. The applications aren't coming in that much. The applications that we do get are not that good. So unless you have an answer or he has an answer, that's what I have to work with the state of New York's way of hiring people.
Do you feel the salary is good? You know, is the salary a factor, or is it just the applicants aren't panning out?
We have an issue with the applicants right off the bat. People, there's no pool of people around 3 counties. Go all around Montgomery County, there's nobody here, no lead. That's a major problem right there. Salary, they're always going to tell you the salary's bad. You know, I think it could be a little bit higher, but, you know, that's just me.
Joey.
Joe?
I think we had talked several months ago about putting a committee together to work with the sheriff's department to try to come up with a permanent resolution to this.
Okay.
We better proceed with that, Mr. Chairman. It's been
Okay.
a little while.
Okay. I will do that. Roy?
Thanks, Sheriff. Sheriff, I saw today in the posting, the starting salary is $36,000 for a correction officer. How does that compare to like Fulton County or Skidder?
Yeah.
Starting is just lower.
Lower than Fulton?
Some of the other positions, you don't pay more than that, about
And the benefits,
I think our benefits were a little bit better than theirs.
I think, Chair, I agree with Joe that I think, we should try to put a package together to enhance what we have to offer, to try to get more people in, because the sheriff came here day 1 after we were elected and tells us the same, the same story. I don't know.
You made a good point last week, Roy, about when they go for training.
Yeah, I talked with the sheriff about that. That was one of the things I mentioned at the meeting, and I called you on the phone about when they go to training, the state trooper training, they they're considered part-time at that point, and then they're responsible to pay their own health
When
insurance.
they're part-time, we make them sign a contract. I mean, if they leave for 3 years, then they have to pay us back. Good luck getting it. We've had a couple of people leave, they have to pay. We have some civil. Most of the time, we hire them part-time, put them on full-time. The contract's null and void because we have to negotiate that with full-time unions, and they don't want that. Because why would we want to be stuck here making this when you can go to the next county and make more? Sure, to train. So corrections, I don't have that. Unless they're part-time, I don't have that like I do with deputies.
Road deputies.
Yeah.
Thanks.
You had a question?
Well, it was kind of, I forgot who asked it, but now Roy brought it up. It was about, we were going to find out the answer about when somebody leaves corrections and goes into the roadside, is that what it was? Do they really lose their benefits while they're, what was the question?
Well, they go from full-time to part-time,
Then
yeah.
they, okay.
That's the difference.
So then when they do that, they lose their benefits. I didn't realize that.
Well, they don't full part-time. That's the reason why.
That's what was one of the enhancements. I thought that had, offered to pay their benefits till they graduated, and as long as they stayed in the county. It's kind of like you do for the training purposes. If they go to another county has to reimburse us. But that's something we can discuss at the committee. But I think we have an outstanding bill now with Schenectady. I think it hasn't been paid yet.
Barbara?
So there's municipalities, counties, whether it's a city or municipalities, that there's been lateral transfers that owe us money?
Yeah,
It's
that's on the road.
Okay. All right.
It's the law, on road patrol, but correction side is no law.
Okay.
Then Tom?
Yeah, I think rather than just question the sheriff about this transfer, which we obviously have to vote for at this juncture, I think that we should take legislator Isabel's recommendation. We should go to committee. We should find out more about the depth of the problem and see if we can work with the sheriff to come up with a solution. With overtime, there's an optimum strategy of either using overtime or hiring more people, or a combination thereof. And so we just have to find out what that is. And if there's a problem with respect to hiring personnel, then we will have to understand that a little bit better and see if we can address those problems. But I think that's the approach we should take.
Sorry, but Tom was next.
Sheriff had alluded to a test has to be given.
Correct.
And are you saying that the test isn't being given in a timely manner, so by the time or explain that again?
The civil service tests in New York State are horrible. You take a test this month, and you're supposed to have a result back in like 6 weeks. It might be 4 months, 5 months later.
Is there anything we can do about that issue?
I've complained to the county civil service, and they say it's the state. So,
Bob?
Sheriff, how many full-time officers would you need to hire to alleviate the need for overtime?
I don't think that's the answer. I don't even think we need a committee. This year was a perfect storm. We had a large amount of people retired this year. We had some issues with the staff this year that we never have, that we lost a lot of staff. We had a problem with civil service not being able to give us a list. This is all the culmination. We don't have this normally. It's usually just we don't have a list.
So the ones that retired and were let go,
You give me, I think the contract says either 30 days or 90 days. That's not enough time for me to know, oh gee, they're leaving now. Then you have to try to get names, get somebody hired, get them trained, backfill, and it just doesn't happen. We don't have part-time staff. We have like 2 or 3 part-timers, that's it. We used to run 10 or 12.
So we'll be hiring part-timers. I guess my point is, if we're spending $100,000 on overtime, is there a way? You're a professional here. Do you need more part-time staff? Do you need more full-time staff? Or again, is it just, like you said, perfect storm with Albany Med with the 2 officers and the retirements and stuff like that?
Well, I think that if this was a normal year, we'd be fine right now. I think it's because we lost so much staff. I think if we didn't lose all the staff that we did lose, even though we had those 4 weeks with those inmates in the hospital, we would have been okay. So, and the reason why I can steal from my part-time line is because I can't get any part-times. As we hire them part-time, they go full-time right away. We have how many people that are full-time right now that haven't had the test that were part-time?
Part-time?
So, we have to give these 4 or 5.
Right, I was going to say 4.
So, that's our issue, is getting staff.
So it'll be an ongoing issue. Thank you.
And if this, like I said, if we didn't have those other issues thrown into this pie, we wouldn't have this problem.
The processing for hiring takes substantially longer than it ever used to. The evaluation process, and again, it's warranted, and it makes perfect sense, to make sure we get the best people. So, but it's not like we can just interview somebody today today and hire tomorrow. It's much more than that. So that whole, the length of that process has slowed everything down as well.
Joe?
What flexibility do you have, Sheriff, on provision? In other words, hiring somebody before they take the test and give them a period of time? What options do you have in that area?
Well, we keep asking for applications when there's a list. And as the applications come in, that's when we interview.
So could you fill
We
the
can hire them if they, if they're okay on the application, they meet the requirements of the job. Even though it's only an application, they didn't take a test, they didn't do any physical or anything, we can hire them.
So you're not getting the applications right now? Is that a major problem?
That's one of the issues, it's the ones we get are, they have issues. You just can't hire everybody, when you find issues in their background.
Is it because we restricted to adjoining counties? If you open that up more, would that help any?
I wouldn't want that.
You wouldn't want that, okay?
It's bad now with adjoining counties because, a lot of times if you need people, they're over a county away. Yeah, we have cars today and they can drive here, but it still takes time. A lot of people don't want to work overtime if they live another county away because it's even want to take them to get home and that, they don't like that.
So what is the answer? Raising what we pay?
You gotta, well, of course that'll help. I'm not gonna say it's not, it will help you raise the salaries.
It seems like that's right now the only option of getting more people in.
And we even lowered the standards. We had 60 credit hours before we dropped that to try to attract more people. Not working.
So basically we're looking at trying to make the salary more competitive and draw more
That will help.
people that are existing out there.
I have the same problem with my dispatch. I have no list. I haven't had a list since last year. I'm hiring provisional when I can find people that want to work. We had 2 people that went to basic school and corrections. It's a 6-week school. I think they were in like the 5th week. They decided they didn't want to do it and left. What we do.
Just to, and I'll end with this, but I think we're all on the same page. I think all of us, not just a select few, want what's best for the whole department. And even if we all meet as a group, committee of the whole, under the chairman, we can come up with a united front to work together with the sheriff to support you and the whole department. I fully support this resolution, and going forward on the personnel committee, we know the challenges that come forward. So putting our heads together and just challenge this. I definitely want to help this. Thank you for coming tonight. I really appreciate it.
Okay. Anyone else?
Yeah, I still think we heard a litany of issues and problems that we should understand better.
Yeah.
I think the wrong approach is to make assumptions that nothing will work. That's really just approaching the problem from the wrong direction. I think the first step is understanding and defining the problems, and then we'll see if we can come up with something. But brainstorming at this juncture doesn't make any sense.
Okay. Oh, okay, we're all set? I'll call the vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Against? Abstain?
Abstain.
Okay. Resolution 143, resolution establishing a probation officer position and amending the 2016 operating budget. Sponsors were Wheeler and Diamond. I'll move it to the floor for discussion. Okay. Hearing none, I'll call the vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Against? Abstain?
Pass.
Okay, resolution 144, resolution accepting the bids for the 2016 real property tax foreclosure auction. I need to have a sponsor and a second for an amendment to add the names, Martin and Bob. I'll call the vote. All in favor? Against? Abstain. So now, we will, I'll move to the floor the resolution as amended with the names for discussion. Hearing, oh, sorry.
More of just a comment, Chair. Who put the spreadsheet together?
Sean?
Sean? And I think we've come a long way with the auction process. I was just hoping next year maybe we could have the city next to the address, so we don't have to go through the whole brochure to see what properties are what on here. And it's easier to determine, if you think the price is fair or not. But I don't have a problem with any of this, but just another step forward in our auction process.
Okay.
When I put it into the resolution, I could just put the address, the street, and then the city.
Yeah. Not just know the column, that's it.
Okay.
Okay. I'll call the vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Against? Abstain.
Pass.
Resolution 145, resolution amending the 2016 operating budget medical fees. The sponsors were Wheeler and Diamond. Move to the floor for discussion. Tom?
Again, I'm going to abstain from this vote. My wife is one of the coroners. It has anything to do with salary or anything like that, but just for the purpose of abstaining.
From what I understand, it's for body bags.
And body bags and transport.
Okay.
Indigent burials isn't part of this. That's social services.
Okay. Okay. I'll call the vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Abstain, or sorry, against, abstain.
Abstain.
Tom?
Pass.
Resolution 146, resolution approving the abstracts of audited claims. Sponsors were Perkel and Isabel. Move it to the floor for discussion. Hearing none, I'll call the vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Against? Abstain.
Pass.
Resolution 147, resolution amending the 2016 operating budget road machinery fund. Sponsors were Quackenbush and Wheeler. Move it to the floor for discussion. Hearing none, I'll call the vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Against? Abstain.
Pass.
Okay, resolution 149. Resolution supporting the Montgomery County Consolidated Funding Application, Montgomery County Public Safety Facility, Emergency Services Garage. Sponsors were Quackenbush and Wheeler. Move it to the floor for discussion. Hearing none, I'll call the vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Against? Abstain. Okay, I'll move on to the added resolutions. Resolution 150, resolution authorizing the county executive to enter into a agreement with the Montgomery County Agricultural Society promoting youth days at the 175th Montgomery County Fund Fair. Have a sponsor. And Barbara second. Any discussion? Okay, Martin. Yes.
I just wanted to comment, this is coming out of a line to do something for the entire county, for all children for 2 days. It opens the entire fair that has so much in all of agriculture. Cornell does such a presentation with 4-H that impacts so many lives. They came here last night, even the one who got here a little bit late. But they're so, I mean, their passion and commitment to what they do. And this is even on the conservative side, but it fully covers all children, no special. They don't have to go with a group. Every single child would be able to go there. So it's such a feel-good opportunity for us. I'm going to stop talking.
Okay.
Thank you.
Anyone else? I just want to say that I think the Fond Fair is has a positive effect on children. I know when I was young, I grew up on a farm. My cousins, Stanley Crona, always took cows to the fair, so I would help him show them. I spent a lot of times at the fair. I think it's a staple of Montgomery County, and I'm just surprised we haven't supported it sooner. Right.
I just have one thing, Chair. I support the resolution. If we're going to do this on a yearly basis, I'd like to see it go through the youth bureau.
It
Our
is.
budgeting for next year.
Okay.
It's a great idea.
So if we're all done with discussion, I'll call the vote. All in favor? Against? Abstain? Okay. Get Martin back.
Pretty well.
Resolution 151, resolution awarding the installation of the HDPE stormwater culvert pipe contract and authorizing the county executive to enter into a contract. Can I have a sponsor? Bob? Barbara's going to second it. I need an amendment, so I will ask to sponsor the amendment, Bob and Barbara, to put Cassell's name in as the low bidder. Do we have any discussion on the amendment? I'll call the vote. All in favor? Oh, sorry, Paul?
The amendment should include the dollar amount.
I was here.
Okay, sorry. $349,500. Okay, any questions? Call the vote, all in favor?
Aye.
Against? Abstain? So I'll call the vote on the resolution with the amendment. Okay. Well, we could, yes, sure.
I was talking back and forth so I was going to talk to him afterwards, but please.
I know that this has been a frustrating event for everybody in the county, and I'm glad to see that it's worth its process, and no one dragged their feet. Everybody went through, and the players that we had to play with, there were many all the way up to the state level at the governor's office. I appreciate everybody's support on getting this done. I look forward to getting it done in a timely fashion. And just glad to see that the process is working properly and we didn't put any lives at risk in the meantime.
Yeah, I just would like to note that because we went through the stormwater grant requirement or payment requirement, it took longer, and this is now coming out of your budget, correct?
No, correct, this
Yeah.
is, so 100% federal funds funneled through the state governor's office of storm recovery.
Okay, good.
I guess that's where I really have to tip my hat to you. You really pulled through on this, and it should be commended again to you. I forget Miami's closed at least 2 to 3 times a week. It's such a natural habit. But it seems like it took forever, but it will be done before originally anticipated. And we all did, the system worked. And I thank you for that.
Okay.
Now, you just get the road open next to FGI, so that's not good.
All right, I'll call the vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Against? Abstain.
Yeah.
Okay. Resolution 152. The resolution is a resolution purchasing the monument for all veterans in the Revolutionary War. Can I have a sponsor and a second?
I sponsor it already.
Okay, Quackenbush.
I'll second.
Second, Barbara. Move it to the floor for discussion. Bob?
For veterans of all wars.
Yes.
Explanation.
Tom?
I had a meeting, met today with Bill Weller, who's kind of heading this up. The park was created, there's, don't quote me on the number, I'm going to say 12 actual monuments that are going in the park that are respective of each war that's ever taken place. So the monument, there's a monument of one left that's available, which represents the Revolutionary War, which is what Montgomery County would purchase. However, the park is commemorate, it's for all veterans of all wars. So you're right, there's a couple typos. We did this last minute. But in the second whereas, it should say, on behalf of Montgomery County veterans that have served in all wars, and also in the justification portion, it should say in all wars. And I just, also as part of the resolution, it's happened kind of this evening as we got here, but Terry had mentioned that he had the conversation with the county attorney about the legal aspect of whether we could do it. I still wanted to put the resolution up because we want to make sure that we can contact Bill and say, yeah, we don't want him to sell that one in Montgomery County and miss out. So in the further resolve, it says the resolution shall be contingent upon the legal review of the county attorney.
Thanks.
I mean, listen, if for some reason we can't, we can pass the resolution tonight. If you wait another month, then we may miss out. And there's, I think if there's a way to do this, Montgomery County should be represented in that part.
And if anybody hasn't visited the Town of Florida Veterans Park, they should. It's really fantastic. It's beautiful. So.
Do you want the title to be something different?
I think the title is fine because I believe it's the Revolutionary War Monument that we have Richard Montgomery up here.
We agreed to sponsor a moving wall from Vietnam. It's going to be at FMCC. And I was able to go to Half Moon and see it, the Vietnam wall. And it is emotional. It's inspiring. And to be able to have a piece permanently be in Montgomery County, it will be wonderful.
Yes. Yes.
And on the legal aspect of it, I know that we have to be careful about gifting, but we're looking at purchasing. I just want the county attorney to keep that in mind. We're going to purchase a item.
A monument.
We're purchasing a monument. We're not gifting something to someone. We're purchasing it on behalf of them. That's my take.
Hopefully it's available to all residents.
Well, it's really the only park of its kind that we have, because a lot of the other parks we have are in Fort Plain. We have different parks that are just of Fort Plain residents.
Right, right.
You know, this is representative of everyone that's served any conflict or war.
So kind of like a Lend-Lease program that the U.S. had with England in World War II.
All what you want as long as it works.
So, okay, I'll call the vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Against? Abstain? And does anybody have anything else? Tom?
We had talked at our finance meeting about the dates of the 9th, the 16th, and the 18th of August to have the respective department heads come in for review of the budget. Today, when we were auditing, I'll just use Ann as an example, very small budget, a few items in the budget with $100 change. She said, do I really need to come to explain that? So what I've relayed to her as well as the chairman is if we can, define those, I don't think that they really need to come. And if anybody has any questions for them, they can ask. They're very small portions and same with Scott.
Right.
Scott's budget.
Yeah, I passed that on to Nancy, and Nancy thought that was...
Yeah, I don't want to
a
throw
good
the time
idea.
slots and have us
Yeah.
sitting here for 15 minutes waiting for,
Right,
I just hope everybody agrees with that. If they don't, we can have them all come.
yeah.
And you have the put it in your desk. If you want to do that, we can modify it, because it includes every department.
No, I know, I don't know if
You don't.
the legislature wants to review that now and look at it and decide, or you want to leave that up to me or Terry, I don't.
I don't think we have to.
And Scott Easter Intel's department is actually saving $460. He's cutting $460, so, I mean, he would just be coming here to tell us that he's cutting his budget. Everything else remains the same.
Well, August 9th, we have, it starts at 4, we have public health, DA, probation, county clerk, economic development, history. Yeah, the phone thing tonight, right? Real property.
I have enough.
Emergency management, and the Office of the Aging. Then on the 16th, we have the sheriff, the DSS, DPW, data, public defender, Cornell Property Extension, the soil and water.
Terry, you said Office of the Aging,
Yes,
that's one line in the budget, right?
yes.
But they usually like to do a presentation.
But they're-
But that's not what the meeting's for, not to be rude or anything, the meeting is for the budget, and that's what we should be focusing on. If we want them to come in and give a presentation on what they do.
Well, they got some requests though for a high
I
budget.
like to hear their stuff, it's
Yeah.
awesome.
We can do that in another meeting. This is a budget, do it at a committee meeting like everyone else does. This is a budget workshop meeting.
There's also 3 major ones, if I heard correctly, DSS, Public Public Works, and
The sheriff.
the sheriff. Those
Data.
are 3
Yeah.
major
That we want to hear,
departments.
that we really need to hear from.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm not suggesting not having them. I'm just saying for these one-liners that have,
Right.
even Cornell. I mean, we don't have a whole budget for them. It's one line.
I met with the Office of the Aging. They do have some requests. So I do suggest that we hear them, because they are asking for some more things, so. And then on the 18th, we have the treasurer, personnel, purchasing and audit, which we could skip. Youth Bureau, Board of Elections, weights and measures, sanitary district, the attorney, and executive. So we got a good workshop. Okay? Motion to adjourn?
Chair?
Tom?
Chair,
Okay, sorry, Roy.
Sir, do you have something for the legislature, or something we can do for you? Just listening?
More of a curiosity seeker.
Well, just don't want to leave you out.
Okay, thank you, Roy.
Second.
Yeah. Tom and Barbara.
You got it.
Okay, thank you, everybody.